Hello students, let us continue this session on fractions. In this session, we'll be solving the questions related to fractions from the NCERT textbook. In the exercise 7.1, the first question is to write the fraction representing the shaded portion. Let's do it one by one. In the first one, we have two shaded portion among the four parts. So the fraction representing this particular shaded portion will be 2 upon 4. In the second one, you observe there are totally 9 parts, out of which 8 parts have been shaded. So 8 by 9 is the answer. Third one, out of 8 balls here, 4 of them are been shaded. So the fraction representing this figure shaded portion is 4 upon 8. In the fourth one, we have got 4 parts. Out of the 4 parts, only one part is been shaded, so it is 1 by 4. In the fifth one, totally we have 7 parts. Out of 7 parts, 3 parts have been shaded, so the figure represents shaded portion represents 3 out of 7, 3 by 7. In the sixth one, there are totally 8 flowers. Out of the 8 flowers, only 3 flowers have been shaded, so 3 by 12 is the fraction. Look at 7th one. In the 7th one, totally there are 10 pencils and all those pencils have been shaded, so 10 by 10 is the fraction representing that shaded portion. In the 8th one, we have got 9 triangles. In the 9 triangles, there are 4 triangles which have been shaded, so 4 by 9. In the 9th one, we have got total 8 parts. Out of 8 parts, 4 are been shaded, so 4 by 8 represents the shaded portion. 10th one. In this figure, half of the portion is been shaded. We can't say the equal parts, they are not the equal parts, only this particular line which I am showing here, this line is making the figure into 2 equal parts, and half of the figure is been shaded, so 1 by 2 is a fraction representing the shaded portion. Let's look at the second question. Second question is, we need to color the parts according to the given fraction. 1 upon 6, 1 by 6. So 1 part is to be shaded out of the 6 parts. So this is the figure representing 1 by 6. Next is 1 by 4, only 1 part to be shaded. Next is 3 by 4, sorry, 1 by 3, third one. So 1 part is been shaded. Fourth one is 3 by 4, 3 parts have been shaded. Fifth one is 4 by 9, 4 parts have been shaded. Let's have a look at the next question. Question number 3 is, identify the error, if any. Look at all the figures here. In the figures, if you observe keenly, you will come to know that the figures are not equally divided. For making the fractions, it's very much necessary that the figure has to be divided in equal parts. That is the error. So I'll mention it here. All the figures are not equally divided. For making fractions, it is necessary that figure is to be divided in equal parts. Look at fourth question. What fraction of a day is 8 hours? In a day, we have 24 hours. Therefore, the fraction of 8 hours will be 8 upon 24, which is nothing but 1 upon 3. Question number 5, similar to the question number 4. What fraction of an hour is 40 minutes? Since we know that 1 hour will be having 60 minutes, 60 minutes will make 1 hour. Therefore, the fraction of 40 minutes will be 40 upon 60, which is nothing but 2 by 3, because both these numbers 40 and 60 are divisible by 20. Question number 6. Arya, Abhimanyu and Vivek shared lunch. Arya has bought 2 sandwiches. One is made up of vegetable and one is of jam. The other 2 boys forgot to bring their lunch. Arya agreed to share his sandwiches to that each person will have an equal share of each sandwich. There are 2 sub-questions for this question. The first sub-question is, how can Arya divide his sandwiches so that each person has equal share? The second sub-question is, what part of a sandwich will each boy receive? Let me answer first one. Arya will divide each sandwich into 3 equal parts and give one part to each one of them. Let me mention that Arya will divide each sandwich into 3 equal parts and give one part each to each one of them. Second sub-question is, what part of sandwich will each boy receive? So one boy will get 1/3 of the sandwich, so it is 1 upon 3. Question number 7. Kanchan dyes dresses. She had to dye 30 dresses. She has so far finished 20 dresses. What fraction of dresses she has finished? Here, as per the question, total number of dresses is 30. Work finished is 20. Therefore, the fraction of work finished will be 20 upon 30. Both are divisible by 10. So the simplest form is 2 by 3. Question number 8. Write the natural numbers from 2 to 12. What fraction of them are prime numbers? The natural numbers from 2 to 12 are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Out of these natural numbers, the prime numbers are 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number, 7 is a prime number, 11 is a prime number. Hence, fraction of prime numbers will be, we need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers, 5 prime numbers are there, and here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 natural numbers are there. So the fraction is 5 by 11. Question 9. Write the natural numbers from 102 to 113. What fraction of them are prime numbers? Again, we need to mention the natural numbers from 102 to 113 are 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113. Out of this, we need to find out the prime numbers. So the prime numbers from 102 to 113, they are 103 is a prime number, 107 is a prime number, the next prime number is 109, the next prime number is 113. So the fraction of the prime numbers will be 4 out of 12, nothing but 1 upon 3. Question number 10. What fraction of these circles have x in them? You observe here, totally there are 8. Let me mention that number of circles are 8. Out of this number of circles, the number of circles having x, they are 4. Therefore, the fraction will be 4 upon 8, nothing but 1 upon 2. Question number 11. Christine received a CD player for her birthday. She bought 3 CDs and received 5 others as gifts. What fraction of her total CDs did she buy, and what fraction did she receive as a gift? Here we need to know the total number of CDs. Here the total number of CDs are 3 plus 5, total 8. Fraction of CDs purchased will be, there are 3 CDs which she has purchased, so the fraction is 3 by 8, and the fraction of CDs received as gifts will be 5 out of 8. With this, we have completed exercise 7.1. Let's move on to exercise 7.2. The first question in exercise 7.2 is to draw number lines and locate the points on them. The first one, we have 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 3 by 4, 4 by 4. What I do is, let me take 3 different number lines. For these 3 lines, I would like to mention each one of them separately. So to represent 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 3 by 4, 4 by 4, what I prefer is to make 4 equal parts between 0 to 1. So somewhere here I'll mention 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. Fourth part I'll mention as 4 by 4, which is nothing but 1. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll mention this number as -1. So this is a number line. On this line, let me mention here 1 by 4. This number is 2 by 4, which is nothing but 1 by 2. The next number is 3 by 4. Now you see all the numbers 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 3 by 4, 4 by 4 are being mentioned on the number line. This is for the first one. For the second one, I need to have 8 equal parts. If I mention here -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This number has to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one more. This number, remember there should be equal spacing between the numbers. Approximately I have made equal spacing. You can use ruler for that instance and make it. Here this first part will represent 1 by 8. The second part will represent 2 by 8, nothing but 1 by 4. Next is 3 by 8. Next is 4 by 8, 5 by 8, 6 by 8, 7 by 8, and this number is 8 by 8, nothing but 1. We were asked to mention 1 by 8, 2 by 8, 3 by 8, and 7 by 8 on the number line. These cross marks will represent these numbers. Let's take up the third one. We need to have 5 equal parts. So if I mention this as -1, first part, second, third, fourth, fifth, this will be 0. Next, this will be 1 by 5, 2 by 5, 3 by 5, 4 by 5, 5 by 5, 6 by 5, 7 by 5, 8 by 5, 9 by 5, and 10 by 5. Look at this. This 10 by 5 is nothing but 2. And 5 by 5 is nothing but 1. We are asked to mention the numbers 2 by 5, 3 by 5, 8 by 5, and also 4 by 5. All the numbers have been mentioned. Let's look at the second question. In the second question, we have to express the given fractions in mixed fraction. Remember, all the fractions which are given, they are improper fraction. We need to express them into mixed fraction. Let me take one by one. First one is 20 upon 3. To express this in a mixed fraction, I need to actually divide 20 by 3. I know that 3 6 times is 18 and 2 becomes the remainder. Therefore, 20 by 3 can be written as quotient, then followed by remainder by denominator. We have discussed this part in our discussion. This is how we convert improper fraction to mixed fraction. So 5 divides 11 2 times. We get 1 as a remainder. Therefore 11 by 5 is written as quotient followed by remainder, then denominator. In the third one, it is 17 by 7. So 7 divides 17. 7 2 times is 14. We get 3 as a remainder. So 17 upon 7 is nothing but quotient 2 followed by a remainder by the denominator. Next, D, 28 by 5. So 5 will divide 28 5 times. We get 25 and 3 as a remainder. Therefore 28 by 5 is nothing but 5 3 by 5. Fifth one, 19 by 6. So 6 divides 19 3 times, leaving remainder 1. Therefore 19 upon 6 is nothing but 3 integer 1 by 6. Last one, 35 by 9. 9 divides 35 3 times, making the remainder 8. Therefore 35 by 9 is nothing but 3 8 by 9. I need to mention, therefore, this is how we convert improper fraction into a mixed fraction. Suppose if the mixed fraction is given, we have to do in a reverse method to get improper fraction. Let's see the next question. Yes, the next question is all about converting it into improper fraction. We have learned in our discussion, if the given number is 7 3 by 4, it is 7 multiplied to 4, then added to 3, divided by the denominator. Therefore, we get 28 added to 3 upon 4, nothing but 31 by 4. Next, 5 6 by 7. 5 is multiplied to 7, then 6 has been added to that, divided by the denominator. We get it as 35 plus 6 divided by 7, 41 by 7. Next, 2 5 by 6. 2 to be multiplied to 6, then 5 has been added by denominator 6. We get it as 12 plus 5 upon 6, nothing but 17 by 6. Next, 9 3 by 7. 9 to be multiplied to 7, then 3 to be added. We get 63 plus 3 divided by 6. This will be 66 upon 7. Sorry, this is E. D, I'll do it here. D is 10 2 by 5. If you have understood it properly directly, also you can do 10 times is 50. 50 to be added to 2 divided by 5, nothing but 52 by 5. And the last one, 8 4 by 9. 9 8s are 72 to be added to 4 divided by 9. We get 76 upon 9. This completes exercise 7.2. Let's solve one more question before winding up the session. Let me take up exercise 7.3. The first question is all about writing the given figures in terms of a fraction, and to check whether the given figures they represent equivalent fraction or not. Look at the first figure. One part is shaded, so it is 1 by 2. Two parts are shaded in the second figure, 2 by 4. Three parts are shaded out of 6 parts, 3 by 6. 4 parts are shaded out of 8 parts, 4 by 8. If you observe, this can be divided by 2, we get 1 by 2. This divisible by 3, 1 by 2. This divisible by 4, again we get 1 by 2. Therefore, what do I conclude? I can say that yes, all of these fractions are equivalent. Let me see the second one. The first 4 are been shaded out of total 12. 3 are been shaded out of 9. 2 are shaded out of 6. 1 is shaded out of 3. 6 is shaded out of 15. Look at this. On simplification, each time do we get 1 by 3? Here 4 3 times, so 1 by 3. 3 ones are 3 3s are 1 by 3. 2 ones are 2 3 times 1 by 3. 6 by 15. When you divide, we get 2 by 5. So what do you conclude? No, these fractions are not equivalent. Remember friends, if this figure is not given, then we would have got equivalent fraction. Only this is a problem creator. It is not making 1 by 3. Therefore, they are not equivalent. Second question. Write the fractions and pair up the equivalent fractions from each row. Look at, there are 2 rows here. One of the row is represented with alphabets A, B, C, D, E. The next row is represented with the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to match them. Before matching them, let me take only first row. In the first row, A represents 1 by 2. In the second row, we have 4 parts shaded out of 6 parts. It is nothing but 2 upon 3. In the third one, we have 3 parts shaded out of 9 parts. So it is 1 upon 3. In the D, we have 2 parts out of 8 parts shaded, so it is 1 by 4. In the E, we have 3 parts shaded out of 4 parts. This is about the first row. The second row, I'll mention it here. The first one represents 6 shaded out of 18, nothing but 1 by 3. In the second one, we have 4 parts shaded out of 8 parts, so it is 1 by 2. In the third, we have total 16 parts. Out of 16 parts, 4 are left out, so 12 are shaded out of 16. It is nothing but 3 by 4. In the fourth one, we have got 12 parts. Out of 12 parts, 8 have been shaded, so 2 by 3 is the simplest form. In the fifth one, we have got 4 parts shaded out of 16 parts, so it is 1 upon 4. Now you can match them. I'll write the matchings here. A and second one will match. B and fourth one will match. C and first one will match. D and fifth one will match. E and third one matches. Now these fractions are equivalent fractions. Alright. Question number 3. Replace the empty box in each of the following by the correct number. Here the first one is 2 by 7. We are given 8 by the empty box. How do we get 8? When 2 is multiplied to 4, we get 8. So 7 has to be multiplied to 4. We get this as 28. 5 by 8. 10 by empty box. So when 5 is multiplied to 2, we get 10. So 8 to be multiplied to 2, we get 16. 3 by 5. Empty box by 20. Here, how do we get 20? By multiplying 5 with 4. So 3 to be multiplied to 4, we get 12 by 20. D. 45 by 60 equal to 15 by empty box. How do we get 15 here? When 45 is divided by 3, we get 15. So 60 has to be divided by 3 to get 20. 20 is the right answer for that box. 18 by 24, and we should get empty box upon 4. How do we get 4? When 24 is divided by 6, we get 4. So 18 to be divided by 6 to get the result as 3. This is how we solve this. Question 4. Find the equivalent fraction of 3 by 5 having first one denominator 20. 3 by 5 is the given number. How do we get the denominator 20? By multiplying 4, we get denominator 20. So numerator has to be divided by 4. Multiplied by 4. We get 12 upon 20. 12 by 20 is the equivalent fraction of 3 by 5. Same way we have to do for other numbers also. How do we get the numerator 9? Numerator 9. By multiplying 3, we get numerator 9. So denominator also multiplied to 3 gives 15. Next, denominator 30. Denominator is 30. To get 30, 5 to be multiplied to 6. So when 3 is multiplied to 6, we get 18 upon 30. D. 3 by 5, the numerator has to be 27. So 3 to be multiplied to 9. So is the case. 5 to be multiplied to 9, we get 45. 20 by 12, 9 by 15, 18 by 30, 27 by 45, they are all equivalent fractions of 3 by 5. Question number 5. Find the equivalent fraction of 36 by 48 with numerator 9. The given number is 36 by 48. And we have to get the numerator as 9. It's possible when 36 is divided by 4. So 48 also to be divided by 4, we get 12. This is how we get the equivalent fraction. In the second one, we need to get the denominator as 4. The denominator 4. So 48 to be divided by 12, we get denominator 4. So the numerator divided by 12 to get 3 by 4. Question 6. Check whether the given fractions are equivalent. 5 by 9, 30 by 54. When I take 5 by 9, if I multiply this with 6, then I get 30 by 54. Therefore, 5 by 9, 30 by 54 are equivalent. In the second one, when 3 by 10 is there, if I multiply with 5, I'll get 12 by 50. So it means that no, I'll not get 12 by 15, I'll get 15 by 50. Alright, it is 15. So it means 3 by 10, 12 by 50 are not equivalent. In the next one, 7 by 13, when I multiply this particular number with 11, I'll get 77 out of 143. If I consider 5 by 11, if I multiply both by 13, I'll be getting 65 by 143. Look at the numerators are not same. Therefore, 7 by 13 and 5 by 11 are not equivalent. Question number 7. Reduce the following fractions to simplest form. In the first one, we have 48 upon 60. We all have learned a number can be expressed as a product of primes. I'll follow that so that easy way you can cancel the numbers and it becomes easy to simplify. 48 is nothing but 2 multiplied 4 times, then multiplied to 3, because 16 3 times is 48. 60 is nothing but 2 multiplied 2 times, 3 multiplied 1 time, and 5 multiplied 1 time. Look at which are the numbers which are getting cancelled here. One of the 2 cancels, one more 2 cancelled, 3 getting cancelled. We will be getting 4 by 5. Next, B 150 upon 60. 150 is nothing but 3 multiplied to 5 multiplied to 5 multiplied to 2 divided by 2 multiplied to 2 multiplied to 3 multiplied to 5. Here you can observe 2 gets cancelled, 3 gets cancelled, 5 gets cancelled, and 5 by 2 remains. 5 by 2 is the simplest form. This is one of the method. One more method also I'll tell you. See, 84 by 98. What you can do is you can divide by the numbers. Suppose if I divide both these numbers by 2, I'll be getting 2 4 times, 2 2 times, then 2 4 times, 2 9 times, 42 by 49. 49 is not divisible by 2. Now I'll divide both these numbers with possible numbers. 7 6 times is 42, 7 7 times is 49, so 6 by 7 is the number. This method also can be used. Alright, here I have divided by 2, here I have divided by 7. You need not mention these two. Alright, let's take up D. 12 by 52. 12 is nothing but 4 multiplied to 3. 4 is 2 into 2. So 2 into 2 into 3. 52 is nothing but 4 13 times. So 2 into 2 into 13. Now you see the numbers 2 and 2 will get cancelled. We get the result 3 by 13. Next we have 7 by 28. I'll write 7 as it is. 28 is 4 7 times. Here observe 7 will get cancelled. So not here, 7 will get cancelled. We'll be left out with 1 upon 4, 1 by 4. Question number 8. Ramesh had 20 pencils, Sheelu had 50 pencils, and Jamal had 80 pencils. After 4 months, Ramesh used up 10 pencils, Sheelu used up 25 pencils, and Jamal used up 40 pencils. What fraction did each one of them use up? Check if each has used an equal fraction of his or her pencils. So let me take one by one. Ramesh, the total pencil with him was 20 and pencils used is 10, and the fraction obtained, fraction of pencil used, will be 10 upon 20, nothing but 1 by 2. This is with respect to Ramesh. With respect to Sheelu, total pencils with Sheelu was 50 and she has used 25. So the fraction here is 25 upon 50, nothing but 1 by 2. Jamal, total number of pencil with him was 80 pencils he has used. 40, so the fraction is 40 by 80, nothing but 1 by 2. Since all of them used half of their pencils, therefore each one used up equal fraction of pencils. I'll mention it here. Therefore each one used up equal fraction of pencils. Let's take up the last question for today's session, as well as this is the last question of the exercise. Question number 9. Match the equivalent fraction and write 2 more of each. Look at the first one here. It's 250 upon 400. I can simplify this. 250 upon 400 when I divide by 50 times. 55 times is 250. 58 times is 400. So 5 by 8 is the equivalent fraction, and This option is there in D. They have asked us to write 2 more of each. So here if I multiply 2 to both numerator and denominator, I'll get 10 by 16. If I multiply 3, I'll get 15 by 24. So in the option D, we had 5 by 8. So first one matches with the D. Let's take up the second one, 180 upon 200. Here, 180 and 200, both these numbers are divisible by 20, 29 times, 20, 10 times. And this particular 9 by 10 is there in option E. So 2 and E, they match together. To get 2 more equivalent, let me multiply by 2. I'll get 18 by 20. If I multiply by 3, I'll get 27 by 30. In the third one, we have 660 upon 990. You know that it is divisible by 11. Let me divide by 110. 110 6 times, 110 9 times. Further I can divide. It is reduced to 2 3 times, 3 2 times, and 3 3 times, and 2 by 3 is there in option A. So A matches with third one. 2 more such equivalent fraction. To get that, I'll just consider multiplying by 2, 4 by 6, then 6 by 9. Now the fourth one, in the fourth one we have 180 upon 360. 180 one time, 182 times is 360, and this particular option is there in option number C. 1 by 2 is option C, matches with the fourth one. 2 more such fractions, 2 by 4, 3 by 6. Now the last one, fifth one, 220 divided by 550. 110 divides 222 times and 555 times, and this is there in option B. 2 more equivalent fractions, 4 by 10. If I multiply by 3, 6 by 15. So let me highlight only the equivalent fractions, 2 more equivalent fractions. These are the equivalent fractions which we have got by multiplying by 2 and also by 3. With this question, I'll end today's session. And in the next session, we will solve the remaining questions of the exercises. That's all for today's session. Thank you.